Okay, I've been talking about how to put together a routine, but it comes down to as simple as this. If you're limited on time, or if you don't know what you're doing for that matter, you need to pull, you need to push, and you need a leg exercise. And I will always list pull first, because all of us, including those of you who have never worked out, we all have this forward rotation going due to driving, huddling over computers. Daily living in America, or in the world I suppose, is huddled over. So we always start with a pulling movement because we all neglect it. And especially guys that haven't trained since they were in high school, athletics and stuff like that, we all wanted to bench press 100 million pounds, and then we did too much of that. So I always tell people to start with the pull. So we do a pull, then we do a push, then we do a leg exercise. So today the pull is going to be a bent over one arm dumbbell row. You could do this with 2 arms, you could do this with cables, you could do this with a barbell, but we're going to show you how to do this very quickly. You need a bench for support to do a 1-arm version. And this is the way we've always rotated it due to feel. You wind up with a neutral position, and part of that is because you want to get pulled back here. It works into the lower lat, okay? You can do it like this if it feels better to you. What you're going to feel that is more is the upper back, the rear deltoid. Okay, now I want to explain some stuff. You're going to do 8 to 10 of those on each arm. So you're going to go 8 to 10, switch arms, do 8 to 10. We're using compound movements because of time efficiency. And most people that don't care about aesthetics as you get older, or if you're into strength training, you don't worry about single joint movements as much. So when we do a compound movement like that, when we bend our elbow, biceps activated, we come on through with the shoulder, back, the whole thing. So you've worked a lot of upper body muscles. That's why I said a pull, a push, a leg exercise. So what we will do is we will do 8 to 10 on each side, and instead of resting 30 seconds or a minute or whatever you're used to seeing people do, we're going to go straight into the next movement. So the next segment, after some station breaks or what have you, we'll show you the next movement in the series. Okay, it seems like every time I turn on the camera, we're talking about Spirit product. This segment is a review, tell you about whatever kind of segment. So I'm going to go very quickly. I'm going to scroll a bunch of this information on the screen with a good looking person doing it, so it's not quite as boring. It's going to be still kind of boring. But anyway, we have to sell stuff to pay for the TV show. It's been over 30 years. We're the main sponsor. We got lots of sponsors, but we're the main sponsor. But so I'm going to tell you the cool stuff. This is retailing right now around 16. We sell it for less than that. I can't tell you how much because it'll change and they'll date this. You go to our website, go to jasonsfitness.com, you click on enter store, you look it up, there's the price. I can tell you right now it's on sale for less than that. It has an incredible warranty. This is one thing about Spirit. It has a 10-year parts warranty. That's one of the best in the industry. They also, it has console adjustability. The console is really cool looking, I'll show you that. It has a built-in fan. It has heart rate strap monitoring. And let me tell you this, this is like the next level. We got $195, $295, $395, $495 maybe? I don't know. It goes up from there. Even the entry model, which I think I featured on the show before, is a fine thing. What this does is goes up a notch. On the handle, you've got this level control, which to me is very, very nice. It's just a personal thing I like. It has these cool pedals that'll adjust from flat to 5 to 10 degrees to make it even more comfortable. The pedals are also only 2 inches apart, which is something that Octane Fitness discovered. And used to in the old days, ellipticals had a big giant butt on the back, and you did it like this, and people go, but it doesn't hurt your knees. Well, it's wearing out your hips. So over the years, Octane's the first one that fixed it. Now Spirit copies from them. True you know, we're dealers for all of them, and land, ice, and body. They all borrow from each other. But Spirit did a good job of putting a lot of these features together at a really, really, really good price point. 400-pound weight capacity. So if you're 375, 390, 398, it's time to lose some weight, by the way. If you're 398, I don't know at what point you step on the scales and go, oopsie, time to lose some weight. But if you're 398, oopsie was a couple hundred pounds ago. So let's get on board with it, okay? So, but if you are 390 for 399, this is rated for up to 400 pounds. So you get on there, 400 pounds, and you start seeing it go the other direction. And God knows it needs to, and fast. Or you're going to be on one of the shows where they're bringing a crane to take you out the front door. God forbid. So, Q factor is the distance between the pedals I've already told you about, and that's very important. The foot pedals, I'm going to read this whole little bit because I think it's really cool. Spirit Fitness, only elliptical trainers that have an integrated 2-degree inward tilt. That's to make it more ergonomically. That's their word, not mine. They keep using a lot in their literature. And it also has the little thing where you can pull the pin and adjust the pedal. And I think I've shown that before in the 395. But it's a great elliptical for the money. Are there better ellipticals for a whole bunch more? Yeah. You know, I think we've got elliptical that bumps up around $6,000 or so. I think, you know, so I think $8,000. Yeah. But for the money, I haven't seen anything on the market that compares to this for this kind of money. And it's solid and it's going to last you for years. People buy this junk at department stores. I'm not going to use any name brands because I don't want to get sued, honestly. But they buy this junk and then it lasts 6 months and breaks, and then they call the department store and say, hey, can you fix this? And they go, no. Well, if you buy this from us and in 3 years it breaks, we come fix it and the parts are under warranty for 10 years. You call me in 9.5 years and go, hey, my Spirit broke. Hopefully it won't be me at that point. Who knows? It might be the way things are these days, but I've been in business 39 years. That'll put me at almost 50 years in business and put me at 67. I hope at 67 it will be one of my technicians and not me personally, but you never know. Okay, we're showing you simple workouts. We're showing you compound movements. We're showing you a pull, a push, and a leg exercise. It's that simple. We did it on one show. You can go find that somewhere else, not here. Today's a new show. It's a new workout. It's a new day. So we're doing that. We've done a one-arm dumbbell row utilizing a bench for stability. If you missed that, you're going to have to go find that and look at that because I ain't doing it again, that's for sure. So this is the incline dumbbell press. You could also do a flat dumbbell press. Up to you. I'm going to show you a couple tricks on the hand grip thing. Now, I'm getting tired even though these little tiny weights because I've had to do this so many times today. So, this is what you think of as a regular dumbbell press, incline dumbbell press, right? There's also a neutral grip. You can do it like this. Now, some people have bad shoulder problems. They can handle one grip and not the other grip. You'll just have to play with that. Now, this is the way I was brought up. I learned this way when I was 13 or 14. It's just a simple rotation. It mimics the one-arm row rotation that I showed you. So I might put these together in a workout just because I'm trying to mimic the planes of movement. Okay? One thing you will notice though, you get heavy, or like those are a little, even for my old butt, that's pretty lightweight. So as you get heavier, you're going to have to pick. You're not going to do that little rotation. You start getting up into your 6 or 8 rep max, you won't be doing cute little rotations like that. You're going to stick with a motion. Now, I've shown you the pull, which was the one-arm row. I've shown you the push, which is the incline dumbbell press. Now I'm going to show you a leg exercise. Nutrition corner. Talk about what to put in, what to put on you. Stop. It's good to have these bottles in your hand when you're doing your segment on it. That's just a tip from me to you. In case you ever want to start a TV show like this for 30 years, like I did. Hey, we've been open for 38 years. The show's been on about 29, 30 years. A show for you local folks who don't know this, it runs about 6-7 times along the Gulf Coast on 3 networks. It runs on CBS, CW, and Fox now. That's kind of cool. I don't take time. You know, the 28, 29-year-old guy that started this show on Comcast, on cable net local, would have been so stoked by that. He would have been like, no, you know, and now I'm like, yeah. And we've been doing that for over 10 years, running 3 networks. And it's just, you know, you get old and jaded, I guess. But anyway, this is the numero uno product of all time that we've ever sold. It's called Shazam. Thank you, I named it myself. This is my product. It is a herbal enhancement formula. I used to say male enhancement, but nay. We started doing more and more research into each ingredient, and lo and behold, each ingredient works for men and women. And women used to come by it for their husbands to go, we should come up with something for women. And guys especially used to say, oh God, I wish you'd come out with something else. You know how that goes. So this is something for you both to take. It works for both of you. What does it do, pray tell? Let me tell you. It does several things. First of all, it increases blood flow in general. Which to your happy place is part of how that works too. It gives you a little more energy, and not in a caffeine way, but it just gives you more energy. It's kind of therapeutic that way. Some guys use it pre-workout. It helps to balance your hormones. I would say there's specific things, and today I'm going to pick one. I think I'm going to pick out arginine today to talk about because there's too many ingredients. I'm going to scroll all the ingredients under me so you kind of get an idea. The best thing I can tell you is you should try it. It's cheap. It's like $29.95. Buy 3 bottles, you get 20% off. It's cheap. You take 2 a day. Some guys will try to get cheap and take 1. I had a guy tell me this in Foley. He said, I tried to take 1 and it didn't work as good. No. And I've had other guys take more. You don't need to take more. Take 2 a day. That's what you're supposed to take. So this bottle is this is a month supply, 60 tablets. And so I'm going to tell you about one of the ingredients. L-arginine. L-arginine was first isolated in 1886. It's an amino acid. Normally made in the body. Arginine is also found in many foods that have protein. Arginine has a vasodilation property. It also, first time I ever heard of arginine was in about 81, 82, right after I opened the first gym. Pearson and Shaw came out with a book called Life Extensions, a great book. It's still out there, I think it's still in print. And they talked about a lot of stuff with arginine and the growth hormone because it was an anti-aging book. Well, later on, much later on, as a matter of fact, bodybuilders, weightlifter dudes got into it because of the vasodilation, increases blood flow, right? So it helps to build muscle. Arginine also triggers the body to make protein, has been studied for healing wounds, bodybuilding, enhancing sperm production, and preventing tissue wasting in people with critical illnesses. Okay? So I'm not going to go into a bunch of that because I already talked too long with that. These are supposed to be short segments. But all the ingredients are listed. I think I'm going to scroll all of them, and I'm going to scroll a few interesting facts about arginine. But I have never... I even had, let me tell you a story. I had a lady, this is my latest story. I always have stories about my products. I had a lady buy some. Her husband saw me on TV, and she works at Dick Russell's. I see her all the time. I'm there, 9-10 times a week eating food. And she said, I said, did you try it? She said, nah, I didn't notice anything. And I said, well, it doesn't work like in one day. It's not Viagra or something. It's kind of build up. I always tell people give it at least 3 to 5 days and tell me if you don't feel something. So she went, whatever. She kind of rolled her eyes like, yeah, you're a crazy person. And I thought, well, whatever. She's in her 60s. Her husband's in his 60s or 70s. And she came back by recently and said, I missed you the other day. I came back by to get some more. I said, well, I thought you didn't. She said, no, I felt it. It was like, I felt it. It snuck up on me. So it's overall tonic-y kind of good feeling, make you feel good. Life extension properties in it. Like I said, you can research the ingredients yourself. You got Google just like me. But it's called Shazam. And I've got lots of stories about how the name came about. But anyway, it's Shazam. And you buy 3 bottles and you get 20% off. I don't have any, I hope I've scrolled everything because I'm really out. I'll show you some pictures of the bottles. That might be cool. Okay, I've shown, again, compound movements, simple workout. This is the last movement. It's a 3-movement workout. It just makes it real simple and real easy. This goes back to, by the way, I got a lot of people I can give credit for this idea too, but anyway. So we've done a 1 arm dumbbell row. We've done an incline dumbbell press. Now I'm going to show you a stiff-legged deadlift. Properly, it's called a Romanian stiff-legged deadlift. The difference is this old-timey stiff-legged deadlift used to round your back like that. Not very good for your spine, by the way. We did a lot of those. It's not very good for your spine. And I still see some people doing them. I wouldn't do them anymore. But a Romanian, you're going to stick your chest out and you're only hinging from the hips. And this is real hard. This is when I wish you were in my gym and I was watching you do this. This is when you need a personal trainer because this is a hard movement to get. It's to lock your waist, right? It's all here in the hip. Right here together. This has got a lock. So it's all in the hips because you're working, the predominant part of the leg on this is hamstring and your glutes, your butt, right? So you take dumbbells. I've done all 3 of these movements with dumbbells. I thought that was great and it worked out just right. So you start with them on the side, you bring them to the front, and then up. You want to go down real slow and come up medium speed. If you were into power, this isn't your routine first of all, but it would be something like this. It'd be faster. The thing I see people doing wrong on this is they'll stop short like that. You want to come through and tighten your butt. You want to squeeze your glutes when you come through, like that. This is a great hamstring butt exercise. And the thing is, people will say, well, you didn't work quads. Keep in mind, the idea on this whole thing is we've done a pull, we've done a push, and we've done a leg exercise. The first workout I showed in this series was a goblet squat, quad dominant. Next time around, we've done something hamstring dominant. Now, probably in the third part of this series, it's probably going to be a lunge. We're doing different kinds of movements to work different body parts. Over the course of a week, if you're working full body, everything gets hit. Bodybuilders, ex-bodybuilders, you think in terms of body part splits. This is a full body routine. Because in your mind, you think, okay, I've got to do a squat, I've got to do a hinge, which would be like something like this, and I got to do lunges, we're not doing that. Time efficient. So what's going to happen on this routine again? You're going to do the 1 arm row, 8 to 10 reps. You're going to go straight to the press, which is in this case was the incline dumbbell press, 8 to 10 reps. You're going to immediately get up and go to a stiff-legged deadlift. Only then, after the stiff-legged deadlift, Romanian stiff-legged deadlift, only then do you rest, take 30 seconds, get some water, breathe if you need to breathe, and immediately go back into it. You're going to do anywhere from 3 to 5 rounds. And rep-wise, you're going to go at the low end 5s and the upper end will be 10s. I don't care if you're a woman who's just trying to get thin, you don't need to do more than 10 repetitions on this, and you need to be moving as much weight as possible. I don't care who you are, what your walk of life. If you're a woman trying to lose weight, if you're a dude trying to lose weight, if you're a dude trying to get big, you need to be moving as much weight as you can. This is strength training. And the more muscle you have, the leaner you will get. And when you get my age, the more muscle you have, the more likely you are to get off the toilet by your dead-gum self. And that becomes more important than some girl thinking my butt's cute. I guarantee you that. So we'll do the same thing. I know I'm gonna do at least one more show because that will give you 3 workouts. And this was all spawned, this was all inspired by a lady who came into our club in Foley or saw Josh somewhere and said, Jason shows exercises, I wish he put it all together. So I have done 2 shows now to show you real simple. If you want more complex than that, that's what we get paid for. That's how we make a living. I'm the main sponsor. You should come see me. First of all, if you're older, stop right here. If you're older and you're not lifting weights, you are a moron. And I can say that because now I'm one of you. I am older. When I was in my 20s and 30s doing these shows and I would say things like that, and people in their 50s, my wife is 64, I'm 57, and I'm telling you, if you're not lifting weights, you are a moron. Because the studies are in, documented clinical research. Go to Google, click in documented clinical research on aging and weight training, strength training, and look at the studies. Just look at the studies. It increases bone density, it increases muscle mass, and you're losing muscle every day. And if you don't do strength training, you will continue to do so. And I'm not talking about you're trying to get a 6-pack of abs, you're trying to get a big bicep or whatever you're in your head you think of weight training. I'm talking about your butt can't get off the toilet one day, and it's because you didn't do strength training. And that's on you. And if you're sitting there watching me today, one day God's gonna say, that guy told you that and you didn't listen to him, because I've said it over and over. So let me take a minute right now and say, if you're older and you think I'm talking about, you're about to flip channels because you think I'm talking about bodybuilders and athletes, I'm talking about especially older people. You need L-glutamine because it helps you when you're lifting weights to recover and grow muscle and maintain muscle and not catabolize muscle. And by God, you need to be lifting weights for all of those reasons. I just got off on a rant right there.